As from where we started from these conversations in the GTA series, having my rants, my fondness, and being content with the games I have covered so far, now we're getting into a different era in the series. For the better, and definitely not for the worst. Grand Theft Auto 4 released for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 on April 29th, 2008, then later being released for PC on December the 2nd, 2008. It was a time for Rockstar to show us for what they had in store for the next Grand Theft Auto. So let's talk about it. 2 years later from the most recent Grand Theft Auto title, Vice City Stories on the PSP and PS2. Finally, we are back to Liberty Cities, the land of opportunity. Very different from the last time being in Liberty City, which was in Tulanco, aka Liberty City Stories. October the 24th of 2005. So, what's new? New cars, new vibes, new guy, new music, new missions, new people, new graphics, new activities, new water, new clothes, new islands, new helicopters, new achievements, new apartments, new friends, new features, new taxis, weapon models, new fire, new cell phones. Now in Grand Theft Auto 4, you actually have a cell phone in game, where you will actually get calls and text messages, and where you can customize your ringtones and themes on this actual phone you can interact with. There's even a do not disturb option, so you can even stop receiving messages or calls from everyone, even Roman. We could customize the cell phone later on in game with new ringtones and with different themes. Also, with the cell phone now, there is a new way to enter and use cheat codes with the convenience that the codes are saved for later. It's actually pretty damn nice, I'm not gonna lie. Now, in this time era, the internet is finally here. Another way to communicate in Grand Theft Auto 4 with many websites and pages for you to explore as you progress the story in the game. It has many quirks. There is some actually information that's actually nice to get into the game. And there's just ways the game will actually update you on current events as well. The internet usage comes with the email as well, and usually side missions are started from here. You even can email your mother, friends, and yes, Roman as well. Another thing now you can do is to watch TV on your off time with ads. Even though the shows are a bit wacky, but it showcases for what this game is capable of. Plus, the shows are pretty fitting for the universe. Alright, let's bring up the next big subject. Vehicles. There are at least 177 vehicles included in Grand Theft Auto 4 and the episodes. Rockstar cooked with these new vehicles, so many picked from commercial trucks, compact vehicles, emergency vehicles, helicopters, motorcycles, muscle cars, sedans, service vehicles, sports cars, SUV, utility, and vans. Ah, Jesus. That's a lot, and some will show up in the base game, and some are DLC specific. Even though they are separated from the base game, there's still a lot to choose from. There's basically 130. All right, that's nice. Pretty nice. As we're talking about vehicles, the driving physics, they're very different. Everyone, and I mean everyone, has an opinion in driving for Grand Theft Auto 4. Some people are saying that the driving, it's like a boat. You know, it's like you're driving a big old boat. Some people are saying it's realistic driving. Some people say they can drift better in the game. Honestly, it's not bad, but shit. There's a learning curve to the driving in this game. Like, every car is a bit different in the handle. So when you're turning, braking, accelerating, and so on, you have to get a real good feel for each vehicle in this game. For every car, boat, truck, motorcycle, it just feels a bit different. But surprisingly, helicopters, they just feel right when you control them. They just kind of move like butter in the air. You know, you're getting off and you hear that propeller, and then the engines just go up, and it's just nice. It's nice. Unless you crash, and now you actually have a chance to survive. Yeah, you know, sometimes the blades will go out, but depending how hard you land, it can instantly kill you, or there's like an explosion. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's not like a weird thing where in the past, where if it's already on fire, it'll just explode and that's it, it's game over. So that's nice. As well, vehicles can flip, but they won't become like on fire. They just won't combust. So they'll just stay on they'll literally just stay upside down like a turtle. Alright, let's try to get into the gunplay here for the game. You have 17 weapons and only 9 slots to use. Fist, melee weapon, pistol, submachine gun, a shotgun, an assault rifle, sniper, RPG, a throwable item like a grenade or a Molotov. That's just about it, honestly. It's really kind of like, what do you say, standard? But it's nothing extravagant, if you want to put it that way. There are 2 variants for each set type of weapon. I have to say, there is some decent offerings but not as many as the previous games. By the way, now you have a cover system for combat, and I welcome it with open arms. This is a godsend. It makes like surviving in the world just a tad bit better. You know, running from the cops, you know, trying to get in the way and everything. It really makes you feel like a true one-man army without cheats. Because literally you can't beat this game without cheats. It's possible. Now, talking about the combat system, the wanted system has been reworked. Now, you have been locked into the wanted system, and now you have to sneak away from the affected area. What I mean by that is that when you have, let's say, 3 stars, you got a whole little radius you have to escape from the cops. Now, the cool thing is, though, if you have many alleyways that are around you, you can actually use them for cover to sneak away and then find some kind of vehicle or run on foot. Get away from the radius as much as you can, so you actually could, you know, able to successfully get away from the cops. So when you got the wanted system on you, you have a bunch of patrols, helicopters, boats of the cops are gonna be after you. Okay, you know, who else is gonna be there for you? Nobody. Unfortunately, though, there's no military, you know, presence in this. If anything, it's just at the most is FBI or FIB. You get what I'm saying? With these new systems combined, the gunplay is gonna feel just a lot better in the previous titles. It's not as arcadey as it was before, but in my opinion, it's a lot better than any game previous from this game, even San Andreas. Now, comparing to like the weapons from previous offerings, the weapon variety is not that great. So it is what it is with that minor component being changed in regards of gameplay altogether. I honestly think that it could have had more variety, or at least, you know, the same slots, the same 9 slots, but then have like just a few more notches into it. Now, the cool thing is, though, on the DLC, they change it up a bit, which is pretty nice, but we'll talk about that when we get there. There's other transportation as well, like the EL train and the subway. Plus, now it's always been my favorite since this title, it's the taxi. Oh, the freaking taxi, I tell you, this saves you more time than you think. Like, it's a godsend. It is literally God's gift to us, because the map is freaking huge. All right, it's like half the size of San Andreas, but it's literally all urban, more detailed alleyways, buildings. You got smaller islands in the game, but you don't have to be worrying about driving from one place to another. You can just get a taxi. You can even actually call up a taxi for the Yellow Cab Company, or Roman can help you out because he owns a taxi company. It's actually pretty damn cool. It's neat. You know, getting rides is nice. The charges are not that crazy, and it's just sweet. It hits the right spot. Oh, and by the way, you literally now have GPS because of this. You have a huge map in the pause menu, like in previous games. You're able to put a custom destination marker, and literally you have a GPS system in the car. They'll talk to you. You can use a taxi to get to that custom destination, and it'll try to get you, if it's in a weird spot, it'll try to get you there as close as it can. But other than that, it's fucking neat. Like, sweet deal. It's awesome. Now, another cool thing about the cell phone, we have to talk about this. You can actually now restart missions from your phone. So after you die or fail, there'll be a notification on your phone, and it'll let you know, like, hey, do you want to restart the mission? And they'll say yes or no. And you hit it, and it'll literally boot back the mission up, and boom, bada bing, you're starting all over again. Now, unfortunately, though, this game does not have checkpoints. There is no checkpoints within missions. So, yeah, If you're really close to the end of the mission, you just died some stupid way, or you did something wrong, yeah, you're just starting over. That's just the way it is on that. But get good, all right? You know, don't let this happen to you. All right. It is time for the music. And sweet Jesus, Lord Almighty, there's a lot of music. There's a total of 23 radio stations in Grand Theft Auto 4, the completed edition. 9 of them are exclusive to the base game, for a total of 375 songs. Holy shit. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then, not including that, you can actually add your own files. Have your own radio station called Independence FM, just like Liberty City Stories, just like Vice City Stories, San Andreas. It's freaking sweet. So then you do what you gotta do, and you put the music in. Okay, in 2018, they removed some songs due to the license, expiring, whatnot. Rockstar doesn't want to pay, blah blah blah. Yeah, it is what it is. But you can just put them back if you own the files. You know what I mean? Call it a day. The cool thing is, though, Grand Theft Auto 4, the completed edition, merged all the radio stations, so that's why I'm listing them off as such. So when you play the base game, it's all in there. There's no like separation. Now, when you play the DLCs, that's a totally different story. When we get there, we'll talk about it. Now, I have to say, from all of this, it's between, Liberty Rock is being my favorite station, honestly. I was kind of like really iffy on the tip of my tongue. And then Radio Broker. But there is some really cool stations on here, but Liberty Rock, I'm a classic rock kind of guy. I like rock and roll. And the lineup is pretty solid. So, like, you got the Smashing Pumpkins, Stevie Nicks, Black Sabbath, Thin Lizzy, Queen, the Who, Heart, Elton John, David Bowie, and etc. They're just, it's pretty, for the budget that they gave them, it's actually a pretty solid lineup. And plus, you still got 375 songs to go. It's amazing. You got this Russian Slavic radio station as well. Basically, it's all European. It's called Vladstock FM. And there's 2 versions. If you go previous to the 2018 update, there is the base version, and then there's the new updated version. Now, with the PC version of this game, there is a way where you could have it all, or choose to which one you want to hear. I'll let you look into that yourself. It's pretty sweet, though. I'm not gonna lie. A number 2 for me, though, is Vladstock FM. Don't understand a damn word, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, not to mention, there's at least 100 characters in this game. Mainline, like main characters, and then you got like some minor characters in between. And this is not even the pedestrians. So it's like, you got like a whole slew of like a cast, and they get their time to shine when it comes down to it, which is pretty nice. And by the way, here is the script compared to Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto 4. It was an old little Q&A they answered years ago, and it's true. The script is fucking huge. Like, holy shit, that thing is thick. Seriously, it's amazing and an eye-opener to see how massive this game goes with all these characters. It is truly remarkable. And honestly, they added a system with the friendship system. And yes, you get more girlfriends too. You have a set amount of friends and girlfriends you meet throughout the game. With this new system, you will get phone calls and text messages from these characters. The main characters of your friends you'll meet through missions. There's 2 girlfriends you will have on missions. Now, the additionals will come from the internet. Okay? Honestly, this makes the world feel more immersed. You have like actual connections, relationships with said people, you know, as Nico Bellic, which is pretty nice. It makes it feel more just coherent, fluent. What's another fancy word? Extravagant. Nah, it really feels good. Like, they put all the work into the dialogue, into these stories for these characters that some do show up in Grand Theft Auto 5 in some way or some fashion. It's just a nice piece. It's a really nice piece. It makes it feel like it's an actual good story. And it really is, to be really honest. Now, the cool thing is, though, too, you get extra little details with the friends that you make and some of the girlfriends that you have. Friendships have perks now, or relationships, basically. Like Roman will hook you up with a free taxi ride at a certain point. Little Jacob will sell you actual weapons at a discount. And Brucey will help you out with some helicopter rides. I'm not gonna lie, Brucey, he's my kind of guy. He's pretty wild, but he's out there. I like him. Packy, he helps out with car bombs. Now, how useful is that? It just depends. But hey, it gets the job done. And Dwayne will help you out with some backup. Well, you know, a couple guys come out, like the gang system in San Andreas. It's not quite the same, but they do help you out. Like, damn, Nico, you got some real homies in this game. Like, it's pretty damn nice. Now, with the girlfriends, like I said, you're gonna get 3 girlfriends on the internet, and 2 are actually part of the story. It's very interesting how that works out. The ones on the internet, you can access them at any time, even when you finish the game, which is pretty nice because they have certain little abilities. Now, you can really stay busy with Nico, with his friends or girlfriends, with their little abilities like bowling, comedy clubs, darts, drinking, eating, pool, shows, strip clubs, and for Brucey, helicopter rides and boating. Whew. That's a lot. That's a lot to do, man. It's a lot of little side activities. And honestly, this is part of the 100%. So you gotta lock in if you know what you're doing. Oh, and you're still bored? You got 2 collectibles. 200 flying rats. Basically pigeons. And you get a little surprise once you kill them. It'll be in a little area, and it's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nice. There's a video game called Cube. It's an arcade game throughout the city you can actually play. It's actually pretty cool. It's not bad. There's a hidden heart in Liberty City. That's an Easter egg. Random encounters, basically like Stranger and Friends. I'm sorry, my apologies. Stranger and Freaks from Grand Theft Auto 5. 9 hitman missions. Basically like the payphone missions. This is like a callback to like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and I think Grand Theft Auto 3. No, not Grand Theft Auto 3. My bad. It's mainly like Vice City. There is a set payphone that you know you have to kill certain people, which is pretty nice for the money, but it's pretty easy. You got to deliver packages for little Jacob. Import export cars, that's part of Brucey, and then there's a guy named Stevie where you can actually steal vehicles. It's pretty nice. Car races as well, vigilante missions, and they're a bit different. You have to get a cop car this time and actually access the computer, and then you look up the criminal activity, which is pretty cool. They're unlimited. You can basically farm them if you want. Now, the most wanted missions are pretty cool. You actually have to get 30 of them in a total of all 3 islands, which is nice. They're a little bit of work, and you better get strapped up, because as you keep progressing onto that list, they do get harder. Okay, they get kind of more crazy. One of them might have a hard PG. I don't know, but you know, it's out there. And unique stunts are back. That's one of the collectibles with the 200 pigeons you gotta kill. Like, damn, Rockstar, like, let me breathe, man. It's like it's a lot of activities, but it's not like the archaic activities like San Andreas had. And there is some kind of debate that kind of still goes on. People like San Andreas, people like Grand Theft Auto 4, so on. Honestly, is just right, you know? It's just the right amount. Now, finally, the story. It is one man's journey for the land of opportunity, Niko Bellic. Niko comes to Liberty City seeking for a better life, trying to leave the life of crime. He tries to find out some answers that happened back in the past in East Europe from the war and certain situations that Niko won't bring up until later in the game. Right from the first mission, you get a little glimpse of Niko by this moment with Roman.
What about you? What about you, cousin?
What? What about me?
Why you leave home after all this time? First I hear you running with the wrong kind. Then I hear you join the merchant navy. Now you're here. You never tell me anything.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, I never tell you anything. Another time.
Ooh, mystery man. Strange and exotic sailor. What happened? Did your captain make you pregnant?
Screw you! No, it's nothing like that. The ships were fine. It was before that. Two things. You remember, during the war, we did some bad things. And bad things happened to us. War is where the young and stupid are tricked by the old and bitter into killing each other. I was very young and very angry. Maybe that is no excuse. Roman? Roman! Are you sleeping, you fat fuck? Come on!
The serious tone from the story really locked me into Niko's life and his family for this game. Shit, even the friends you meet along the way really help Niko and actually develop with him. Like, it's pretty, like a little bonding experience. It's pretty cool. But of course, there are moments we get to step back from all the seriousness from the game. In the end, though, the story has some series of events that you actually have to make choices in this game. Not like a whole like RPG and all that, but it's more of like the choices with Niko Bellic, you know, of the ethics of killing somebody or letting them go, and so on, you know. Depending on your choices will factor on the optional random encounters you will have later on, different dialogue, or even different sets of missions. The choice is yours. Now, I'm going to reiterate this again. By any means, this game is RPG, but Rockstar did introduce this in this game and on, so 5 as well. Previous titles didn't have this kind of option or innovation. In my opinion, though, it's a good choice. I feel like it's that extra touch of detail added more into this game, this world, the story. You know, it kind of gives you an option to see different outcomes and what the game could offer to you. What Niko Bellic's life and mind dialogue is portrayed in this game. It's kind of deep. It's very serious, and it's something I'm not gonna spoil because everybody at least should experience this at least once with Niko Bellic. Give him a shot, play the game, cheats or not, whatever. But the story, though, it's a good one. I really do like playing this game from time to time, and it's a blast. I honestly didn't expect to Grand Theft Auto to even get this kind of like style of gaming for the story and everything, because usually it's like archaic. Oh, you know, you gotta do a bunch of missions, you know, kill prostitutes and whatever and whatnot. But you know, it's something. It's pretty cool. I really do recommend you playing this. At least just like I said, just as once to understand the story and the hype that everyone kind of is around with this. Now, for what I chose, I'll explain that in another video. It'll probably be a smaller video, but I will go in detail what I chose. Okay, now let's get to the nitty gritty, the 100%. So basically, you gotta do 88 story missions. There's some side missions and activities, 10 random encounters you gotta do, 10 Little Jacob deliveries, 9 fixer assassinations, 10 exotic exports, 30 Stevie car thefts, 20 vigilante missions, 30 most wanted missions, 9 Brucey races, win a game of pool, darts, bowling. Literally, I don't know, it's very weird on that one, but beat the high score for cubed. With the friendships, do all the friendly activities with Brucey, Little Jacob, and Patrick. Get all the special abilities with Brucey, Little Jacob, and Patrick McQuarrie. And now the last thing is just the collectibles, 50 unique jump stunts, and kill all the pigeons in all 3 maps. Or all the map. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. That's a lot. It's not that bad though. It's not that bad. But good God, it's a lot. Compared to San Andreas, this is light work. I will tell you this and rant and rave and San Andreas took me forever. I'm not gonna lie to you. This 100% was not that bad. It's just the right amount of stuff to do, but yeah. Now, I would recommend that you will start some of these activities as soon as you get them available to you. Other than that, it's a lot to do at the end. And it's just ongoing shit going on. It's just a lot. Like, honestly, I do miss the activities from previous games, though, like the paramedic missions, the firefighter missions, and even the rampages. Let's just bring them back just a little bit. I like to blow shit up, okay? But, you know, this game took a different route. It's still a solid game. This right here, the base game, it doesn't overstay its welcome, because it's like San Andreas is like too much. There's too much shit to do. And while this one is just the right amount of things. All right, now coming down to the conclusion. With everything included with this game, looking back at 2008, the price was MSRP $59.99. Currently, at this time when I upload this video, like now, it's $19.99 on Steam. And this is with the DLC, so this is not that bad. It's a pretty fucking good deal. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good. Never ever I once thought that this game was a waste of time though. I'll tell you that. The story delivers. The cars give you the speed you need. Many activities that make the world more immersed. And a Roman that never shuts the hell up about bowling. What more can you ask for? Look, I didn't cover the DLC, so don't worry. I will cover them soon. They'll get 100%ed as well. It's just, it takes time. Now, I know many fans complain about the missing activities like San Andreas, but trust me, GTA 5 redeems everything that you missed out on. Stay tuned for that. Like, literally stay tuned. I don't even know when I'm gonna get that done. Jesus Christ. Finally, we're finally done. Such a long time for this thing, this video. As this is coming to a conclusion for the base game, I will have to say Grand Theft Auto 4, it has a place in my heart. It's a solid game. In my opinion, this is the base, the concrete base for the HD verse. Like Grand Theft Auto 3 was back in the PS2. It is a great game. And it has its own legacy. Alright, so we finally came to the end of the video. If you liked the video, if you loved it, just like and subscribe. That's all you gotta do. Put a comment. Tell me what's your favorite piece about Grand Theft Auto 4. What's your favorite vehicle or moments in the game? What's the thing about Grand Theft Auto 4 that hits the, how you say, the G spot, the good thing about video games that it really does for you? Because I don't know, like, altogether it's just one big old sandwich, and it's just right for me, at least. Now, I will be working on DLCs ASAP as soon as I can. Right now, as I'm like re-recording this audio because my other audio was scuffed at the very end. I had to fix it. This is March the 12th at the time I'm doing this. So DLC probably coming in a week or two, maybe. Who knows? Shit. Yeah, that's gonna be great. But now for the base game, Nico Bellic, awesome times, good vibes, and for I guess a rating, I'll have to say a good solid 9 out of 10, 9.5. It's just the PC port is dog shit, man. There's a mod out there that like there's a big modding community around Grand Theft Auto 4, and they put one big old community patch where it fixes everything. And yeah, you gotta have to do it, unfortunately, with the PC port. Now, when it comes to the console, you really don't have those kind of issues. The only way you play the console, unfortunately, it's either PS3 or Xbox 360, or you buy it digitally on Xbox One. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm not happy about that, but you know what? It's okay. It's all right. We're done. We're moving on. You know, whoever's staying this long in the video, I do appreciate you hearing me out, and honestly, just give me the time and day for all this stuff, because honestly, this is just it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm working, I'm doing this, and it's just a blast to go back into some of these old games. 5 is gonna be a monumentous, crazy, jam-packed action adventure that I'm already dreading. I'm not gonna lie. It's already hurting my osteoporosis. It's hurting me, okay? It's physically hurting me. But other than that, I just have to say peace and like and subscribe. Okay, don't please hit the like button. No, and then we're gone. That's it. Yeah, the video's already ending. I'm looking at the studio right now. It's done. I'm turning the lights off. Okay, now we're done. All right, bye. Peace.